Hello, everybody. Now, first off, I'd like to apologize for the general lack of content of any kind as of late. I ended up running into quite a lot of issues during the past few weeks. First off, I had a nagging cough that just would not go away. It only just recently subsided. It was the result of just getting normal sick in September. And yeah, I've actually had a cough like that before that it lasted probably a month after I first got sick, and it was bad. But that wasn't really the biggest issue that I was facing. Clearly, I don't need to talk to make a funtage, but I do need my PC. And one day, it was while I was checking the score of a Broncos game, just like on the Reddit live thread, my PC just turned off, entirely lost power. Several hours of heartache and one small fire later, I discovered that it was actually the graphics card that I put in. It had died. So removing the card made the computer power up again, but it was now a potato. So actually recording footage for World of Warships or really doing much of anything with it that involved gaming became impossible, at least until I was able to get my hands on a new one. So while I no longer have money, I do now have a new card. And it is thankfully working fine, but the snowball effect that this ended up creating has lasted up until about now. But new videos are still in the pipeline. I got some footage for the 5th Funtage ready. That is going to involve a lot of Yamato. I got my hands on the legendary module for it, the 3 million slot upgrade that narrows the dispersion by quite a bit, but it is a nerf in a sense that it's a nerf when it comes to opportunity cost, because you don't get the benefits of the normal 3 million main battery mod 3, but you get the additional dispersion. It's a slightly longer reload by I think about 2 seconds, but I'm liking it so far, and I've got a few really good games with the Yamato. I believe I'm just going to title the video just Too Big to Fail, like after the mission to get it. And that might be a thing I do for the other legendary upgrades for tier 10s as I get them. Though it'll actually be a while. I believe I still need to do the base XP missions for Shima and Des Moines. And I'm not even done with the credits mission for Montana. But speaking of Montana, that thing is fun. I don't know why I haven't been playing it in random battles as much as I did, but it's like that much. But whenever I do, I just wreck with the thing. But that's besides the point. Anyway, I, as you can see by the gameplay, got onto the CV Rework Test server when they were running the thing. And let me tell you, I can't fly planes for shit. And I'm guessing it's just because I need practice. But yeah, it just seemed like the plane controls were really sluggish. A plane should not really be as sluggish as a ship. Maybe that's just an issue with calibrating the engine or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, it still needs work. I'd also like many people to be able to control the carrier, and I still need to probably understand more about how the mechanics of things like dive bombing and the rocket planes work. Like, there were 2 different types of rocket planes for the Midway. What's the functional difference between them? I don't fucking know. So yeah, and then also approaching with torpedo planes, even making the slightest adjustment seemed to just entirely freeze the dispersion cone of the torpedoes exactly where it was when I made the adjustment. So if I had the cone very narrow, making the adjustment didn't really do anything to it. But if I had it wide, it kept it wide and kind of fucked the drop. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes into making those carriers work properly, I think, but it's fun. I certainly, I think, like it better than the normal RTS style of gameplay that we have now. Just seems a bit more homogenous with the rest of the game. Though with the from the perspective of the regular ships, I spent some time with the Worcester in particular on the server. It can get kind of hectic when you're being attacked by these carrier squadrons on these multiple attack runs while engaging like 3 things at once. It got pretty hectic. And I'm not sure if I really like the time switch from like one side of the ship to another. I think like I would have liked it to be probably a lot shorter than what it really is, just because it's very easy for aircraft carriers, for the planes to just adjust, just go around the ship. Like in the time it takes to switch the focus from one side of the ship to another, the plane squadron, I can fly it around and then attack from the other side. Especially at tier 10, where the planes are really fast and the ships are big and don't turn that quickly. So, yeah, and then when you switch it over, you could just go back to the other side and back to the other side. And yeah, I don't know. Plus, with the focusing on the aircraft, it seemed to not work sometimes. Like, there was a time in this Worcester game that I played here that I'm showing where I was just parked behind an island and just blazing away at planes that were orphaned. Their carrier had been sunk, and the AA was just doing nothing. And I was just sitting there for probably about a full minute, just blazing away. I wasn't seeing any chunk damage numbers or anything. What I ended up having to do was back up. I was still just behind the island, so I just backed up, changed position, then suddenly I started doing the damage again and shot them down. It was just airplanes that were just circling maybe 4 kilometers away, and the AA just was not hitting them. It's just, I'm guessing it might have been like a hit detection issue or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's why we have this public beta test, to find and fix shit like this. And these carrier rework changes are not going to be in the game anytime soon. I'm not expecting it until calendar year 2019. So they have a lot of time, they have a lot of information over at Wargaming, so hopefully they'll fix it. But speaking of other things that aren't going to be in the game until calendar year 2019, submarines. I'm actually recording this on Halloween night, and I'm going to upload it just as soon as I'm done with it. We have submarines now in the game. I haven't actually tried the new submarine operation as of this recording. I took a look at the submarines, figured out what they're good for, tried to, put some captain skills, on them, try and get a setup going. It seems like the zipper and the other little one are really good with something like torpedo acceleration. Just because if you're at periscope depth, your detection range is like 2 kilometers, and the torpedoes by default have a range of 8. So torpedo acceleration brings it down to 6 point something, 6.4 I believe. So yeah, faster torpedoes, a range penalty that is practically a non-factor, and yeah, that I'm thinking that this submarine should be fun. I'll probably report later whenever I give them a try. But anyway, with the other events, Transylvania, Sunray, they're easy, they're the same, fine as ever. I 5-starred Sunray again in a battle that was far less exciting than the one that I posted a year ago, where I was shooting at shit a lot at the edge of the filth while and then going and ramming the Gorgon, ramming it twice because I only chunked it the first time. This second attempt, which I didn't even bother recording, it was just me sailing into the filth, I mean like deep into the filth with like just a friendly Chapayev, and just killing whatever I could proxy spot, which was not much, and then ramming the Gorgon, who was already at like a third health or something like that. It was not nearly that exciting, but 5 stars is 5 stars. Transylvania though was hectic as ever. It was fun. I really like using the little blade submarine, or blade submarine. What the fuck am I talking about? Blade destroyer. Yeah. So that worked just just as well. And really, that's all that I have to talk about at the moment. I'm also considering a reboot of that my kind of little orphaned BioShock playthrough series. I can set it up to where the audio quality of me talking is nowhere near as just fucking shit as it was in those first 3 videos. I'll probably just get rid of those first 3 and then just restart the playthrough and improve the setup in a sense. Like, instead of using just the TV speakers and trying to and just trying to edit around that, I can hook up an Xbox to my PC monitor and then just have a microphone and just headphones attached in a far more sensible setup. Yeah. So more BioShock, and then by extension probably other games, Funtage 5, all on the docket for the very, very near future. So that is all for this rather rambling commentary for now. I actually kind of scripted this one for a little bit. That actually worked out much better than I thought it would. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for watching or listening or whatever. So yeah, talk to y'all later.